What's going on, folks? My name is Joe, aka J to the OE. Welcome back to Joe Eats Games, where we talk about video games, food, nerd stuff, or anything else that's going on in my life. Last weekend was the perfect cacophony of nerddom. The first Saturday of every May is Free Comic Book Day, and then the next day was May the 4th, which is Star Wars Day, which means I got to visit one of my favorite local nerd joints, and I thought I'd take you with me. Before we get into any of that, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments section, are you into comics? What's your favorite comic book? Alright, we are at Springfield, Virginia. It is May 3rd. First Saturday of May is Free Comic Book Day, and this is the third time me and my son are going to this very particular store. What is that store? It is the Tosche Station in Springfield, Virginia. I loved that they, right out of the gate, had these toys on clearance. They were $5 or $10, depending on what you were to get or what sticker that they had. My son automatically just grabbed a Batman toy that he had, and so he was already ready to go after that, but I still had more looking to do. We walked around a little bit, and then we saw Spider-Cat with the ones and the twos, and had a great cupcake with these guys. Nothing but treats, you know. They were just asking for donations, which was really nice. We got this Leonardo cupcake. Who's the best turtle? Ha! Right on the inside of the Tosche Station is right where all the toys are. You know, they have Ninja Turtles, they got DC Comics, they got Pez dispensers. Basically, every single geek thing you could talk about, from action figures to comic books. And the great thing was, because it was Free Comic Book Day, a lot of things were 15% or 20% off. Here's some cool action figures that we saw. They did only have a very small Star Wars book section, which was a little surprising for a Tosche Station. They had a great Ninja Turtles lineup here. I was looking through. I'm looking for a one or two Ninja Turtle figures that they didn't have, but that's okay. This is the Ninja Turtles Power Rangers crossover that I thought was really cool. What's cool is they also have some loose figures. Those are some loose Zords. And then, right under here was the last Ronin stuff. And then some more crossovers right behind them. I thought this Karate Kid Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover was really cool. But not cool enough for me to buy it, but, you know. And finally, we've made it to the Star Wars toy shelf, where, man, they had everything here. They even had those Force Effects lightsabers. But I hit a pass on that. Here are those 90s Star Wars figures, and now down for the free comics. So every Free Comic Book Day, there's a set of free single-issue comics, and a lot of them are previews, you know. And the cool thing is there's one for kids and one for adults as well. More toys that my son is pointing out. I love that he's looking at everything and just having a really, really great time. And he's enamored with that TV show right there. And so we are going to have to watch that at home. I love that there's R2-D2 and really a lot of cosplayers here. There's Crocodile Loki with Darth Vader. And then there's also Darth Maul. I think Obi-Wan was there too. So we had a really good time. Here was our pickups at this location. The only thing I was upset about is the Tosche Station does not have any power converters.
I want them cleaned up for dinner.
But I was going into Tosche Station to pick up some power converters.
All right, it is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Yesterday we were at the Tosche Station, and today we are at their second location, Echo Base, for Star Wars Day. All right, we're gonna go see what kind of goodies they got today, and yeah, let's see how much we could geek out. So we're going to Echo Base today, and this is different from Tosche Station in that they had video games here, which I got to take a look at a little bit. It was really cool. You know, they had some Switch games I hadn't seen before. Prices were kind of all over the place, but that's okay. You know, it's a mom and pop shop, and, you know, the prices was pretty fair and to the market. But they had really, really cool video games. They even had that Game & Watch over there that I thought was really cool. And they have a huge retro section from Nintendo to Atari to GameCube to DS. Man, I saw that Simpsons Hit and Run there, which I thought was great. Player's Choice, that is a classic. That game needs to be remade. So, yeah, a huge video game wall, which is very, very impressive. And they even have these in-box Nintendo and Wii stuff, which I thought was great. Of course, you can't be Echo Base without Star Wars stuff. And so they had a ton of Star Wars toys that was different from the Tosche Station as well. And so it was overwhelming and really, really fun to really look at these Star Wars. I felt like I was in the Star Wars section at Toys R Us back in the day. They got all the nerd lore. They even got wrestling. And of course, I made my way through the Transformers to see the turtle stuff, because there was two things on my list that I've been looking for, and I just had to take a look at their Ninja Turtle action figures, especially the Best Action, the BST-AXN. I really like that line, a little bit better than the NECA stuff. What's cool here is that in the back is where all the big comic books are. And they had a huge Star Wars book section here. There's a ton of back issues. And yeah, I loved taking a look at all these comic books here. These classic single issue comic books were really, really great here. The last thing we'll take a look at here is this middle case with these amazing models and statues. I always go back and forth about whether or not to get statues. You know, action figures and amiibos are kind of my statue collecting thing. And yeah, now I want to talk about the things that we got in the last 2 days. All right, so the first thing that I got for my son. And yeah, it's a Batman toy. As you can see, I took it outside because he just wanted to open it right away. And so we've been having a lot of good time with these toys. The next toy that I got, which I will be doing an unboxing, is Shredder. The BST-AXN, Best Action kind. And this matches with my 4 Ninja Turtles that I have. And so I've been looking for this one. Next on my list is Splinter. And so you'll see an unboxing of this. Of course, I had to get a Star Wars thing. And this is a manga of Guardian of the Whills, which follows Baze and Chirrut. And those were my 2 favorite characters in Rogue One. The next Star Wars thing I got is Master and Apprentice by Claudia Gray. This has been on my list for a while. And I've been looking for a really nice hardback. And so I found this on May the 4th at Echo Station, which was great. And then, of course, the free comic books here. Some of these I got for Juan And really what's cool is that it's either like the issue 0 or issue 1 of a new comic book. And so I look at the things that I'm interested in and things that I think Juan will be interested in. And, you know, some of this is bedtime reading for both of us. So Minecraft, Superman, All In, which is also kind of a back and forth of the new Absolute Universe, which I've been wanting to check out. Mighty Men Origins. The reason why I got this is a Dark Horse comic. I got Fantastic Four #1 for Free Comic Book Day. Some Boom Studios one-shots. I really like this cover. I haven't read any Godzilla books, but I just thought the cover was cool. And then some more stuff for my boy Juan, Superman, and Iron Man and Spider-Man and his amazing friends, as well as Star Wars Young Jedi. So it was a really fun weekend. I'm glad that I got to bring my son along into the nerddom. And yeah, hopefully he gets into it soon. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you later, or I will see you another time.